Well, I'm ready for a hot streak. We got a 9-game slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more NBA basketball. Just trying to stay on the treadmill, the NBA treadmill, that is. We went 2-3 yesterday, all half unit plays, so it was a small losing day. But we'll go over the recap in just a little bit. I know a hot streak is coming. I just feel it. But two quick reminders. The NFL videos, the NFC Championship Best Bets video will be out right after this. We preview the game between the Commanders and Eagles and give our 3 best bets for that one. And then not too long after that, at 4 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, we'll be releasing the AFC Championship preview and best bets video. 2 more bets there. We got 5 total bets. Also, if you want the divisional round recap, that will be in the NFC video as well. It's almost time for some football. That's right. But before getting anything, as you guys know, any graphics you see in this video are from an app called OUTLIER. It is the best betting research tool on the market today. Click the link below for a 7-day free trial. But let's get into it. And that means it is dad joke time. So here we go. People don't think grass be wet in the morning, but it do. Ryan told me to use the accent. Blame him. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to talk defenses versus the power forward position. Defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists, and also the least points, rebounds, and assists to that power forward position. And then, of course, we'll give you our best bets and finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. Appreciate all the support every single day from you guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are on our way to hopefully 40,000 subscribers pretty soon. But also, come join that Discord. We got, I think, over 4,000 people in it right now. It's free to join. We have a lot of smart minds in there giving away as much help as they can. And I pop in there as well and just have a lot of fun talking sports every day. So go click that link below. But let's get this thing started, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, a 2-3 day. Unfortunately, the 3 losses were on the video, but if you got the added plays that we leave in the pinned comments, X and Discord, it was a 2-3 day. Darius Garland over 20.5 points, got the job done, even though he missed like 3 free throws and he's a 90% shooter. Sweated out a little bit, but still got it done in the fourth quarter. Malik Monk over 5.5 assists, not a sweat at all. Got it done before halftime. This was a ladder chance for him, that's for sure. SGA under 5.5 rebounds. Part of my handicap was that this was going to be an absolute blowout, and it wasn't. I don't even understand that. But either way, apparently the Jazz are as good as the best team in the league. I'm just joking, obviously, but he went crazy. He had 1 rebound in the first quarter and then just went absolutely nuts. I didn't watch too much of the game. Just bad read and a loss. So that's what we take. Nick Smith over 13.5 points plus rebounds. He's a 20-year-old, and unfortunately, we hit one of the inconsistent nights. He missed, I think, 7 shots yesterday, maybe 6. Either way, just didn't get it done, but also only had 1 rebound. He's had 10 rebound chances in each of the last 2 games. I don't know how many rebound chances he had last night, but he only had 1 rebound. So it's just a disappointing night there. And then Mark Williams, also his teammate, just went absolutely bonkers yesterday. So the final one, the laziest man in the NBA, Julius Randle, over 12.5 rebounds plus assists. I may be done betting him. That was atrocious. There was so many possessions where he just looked uninterested. And oh, by the way, he's playing in his hometown. You think he'd get a little juice from him? Just nothing. I mean, he's kind of useless on the court sometimes. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what he's doing. It was just bad read on my part, and I will not take Julius Randle again. That was a loss. So again, all half unit plays, as this NBA is just absolutely crazy right now. Under tracker for player props, 42-30 this year. Overall record, still having a good season, 162 and 134, up 14.15 units. It is now time to start heading back to that 20 unit mark, though. I'm sick of these small losing days or bad days or whatever. It is time for a sweep. So that's the recap for Wednesday. But before we get into the best bets, let's talk the power forward position. All right, we start with the defenses giving up the most points to the power forward position. We got the Bucks and Raptors up there. They are playing today, but we got 2 matchups. Heat facing Giannis, the man, the Greek freak, 28.8 points per game. Heat giving up 24. And then the Blazers giving up 23.7. Banchero averaging 22.2. If the team or players in green, that just means they're playing today. Those are the 2 matchups we got. All these stats are the last 30 days. So let's move over now to the rebounds. Pacers giving up the most, but we got 2 matchups here. Raptors facing Jalen Johnson, averaging 10.8 rebounds per game. Raptors giving up 12.7. And then the Spurs, 11.7 rebounds given up, facing Pascal Siakam of the Indiana Pacers, 8.2. That game is in Paris, France. I don't know why I even said it like that, but either way, there's all the rest of the guys. Pacers just blowing it out of the water, giving up 15.5 rebounds per game to the power forward position. It's a struggle for them, that's for sure. But anyways, take a screenshot Let's look at the assists now. We only got 2 matchups here as well. Bulls facing Draymond Green, 5.1 assists. Bulls giving up 5. And then Scotty Barnes, 5.9 assists per game facing the Hawks, giving up 4.5. Obviously, assist to a power forward, take that for what it is. But LeBron James, the 40-year-old, is averaging the most at 9 assists per game, followed by Giannis, Scotty Barnes, and Jalen Williams. So that's what we got. If you're looking at any overs, now let's look at the toughest power forward matchups of the day, or just today at least, and lately in the last, what do we got, 30 days. Fewest points per game to the power forward is now the Lakers. That's right, 18 points given up only. The Jazz, surprising. They're at 18.7. Pelicans, T-Wolves, Clippers. And then fewest rebounds, Mavericks 9.2, Kings 9.3, Celtics 9.5. And then you move over there and you got the Pelicans. As you can tell, the Pelicans actually in the top 5 in points, rebounds, and assists giving up to the power forward position. Obviously, they're not playing today, though. But then you got the Blazers, Magic up there in the top 3, fewest assists again. And then so on and so on, all the way down to Miami and Dallas giving up 3.5 assists. So hopefully all these numbers help you. Again, we do a new position every day of the week, starting with point guards on Monday all the way to centers on Friday. But enough of the research help. It is now time for the best bets. All right, this first best bet is a money line parlay. That's right. We haven't done one in a little bit. Give me the Bucks and the Nuggets on the money line, minus 124 on ESPN Bet. This is a 1-unit play for me. So let's start out with the Bucks money line at home facing the team that is just an absolute mess right now in the Miami Heat. If you don't know, Jimmy Butler has been suspended yet again, missing a team flight. Bucks lately, though, let's talk last 10 games. 7-3 in the last 10, the 5th best net rating in that span, giving up the 3rd fewest points in the paint, 4th fewest second chance points, 8th fewest fast break points. Their defense has just been solid. Now, with their postponement last night with the snow in New Orleans, they are now on a 3 days rest here. They've also won 4 straight home games by 15 against the Kings, 29 against the Magic, 18 against the Raptors, 14 against the 76ers. They've been winning by margin here. And obviously, I don't need any margin. I just need them to win by 1 point. Heat in the last 10 games, 20th in net rating. As you guys know, they are trying new lineups with Khalil Ware, Bam Adebayo at power forward, all these different things. They're still trying to figure out their identity. They look lost, to be honest with you. They are 4-6 in the last 10 games, lost 4 of the last 5, including at home to the Blazers last game. That is hard to do. So overall, this Bucks team is just playing better on both sides of the ball. You guys know it. Playing at home, more rested. Give me the team that has already figured out what they're doing instead of trying to figure out who they are. The Bucks money line is my first leg. Second leg, the Nuggets money line. Denver's as hot as anyone in the league with how they're playing. Last 10 games, number 1 offense in the NBA, and it's not even close. The second best net rating just behind the Thunder, and they're also 8-2 in the last 10 games. Nuggets are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8. 13 of their last 15 wins have been by double digits. Now, again, I'm not trying to win by margin. I just need to win by 1. Somehow, if you watch the Nuggets, the combo of Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic is just working. I mean, they are playing really well together. Who would have thought? But him entering into the starting lineup has really helped them. The Kings lately, I'm not gonna lie, they've turned it around lately as well. They are playing good, but they're coming off a game versus their versus their rival in the Warriors. Now on no days rest, have to travel to the altitude in Denver for the second night of a back-to-back. That is not easy to do at all. We'll see if anyone sits or rests or anything as well. They are 3-5 against the spread on 0 days rest, but they do have the 4th best net rating in the last 10 games. So they, like I said, they are playing well also. But the matchup here, I just think Denver at home here, the more rested team. I just think it's just a bad spot for the Kings in the lineup, to be honest with you. Nuggets are one of the best rebounding teams in the NBA. I think they can dominate on the last year versus Sacramento. And when this Nuggets team gets rolling at home, it is just that snowball effect. It gets absolutely tough to beat. So they're big 7-point favorites for a reason here at home, even though the Kings are playing well. Give me the Bucks, give me the Nuggets, both to just win their game as my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to the ATL where the Hawks host the Toronto Raptors. Hawks -5 total in this one is 234.5. We're going with our boy Scotty doesn't know, baby. Scotty Barnes 7+ dimes at +130 on Bet365 for a half unit. I saw this at over 6.5 on DK for I think +115 range. And again, you can go to 7+ on Bet365. You get this +130. I'm going to go half unit. If it was over 5.5, I would have gone a full unit, but it just got too juicy for me. I've been close to taking Barnes over assist props. I feel like 4, 5, 6 times, and I just have not quite pulled the trigger. But you know what? Now is the time. So the key is who is in and who is out. RJ Barrett, is in, quickly is still out. He is over this line in 14 of 18 games, as you can see by this outlier screenshot, averaging 7.94 assists per game. I mean, that's pretty big numbers here. Averaging 8 dimes per game. We're getting plus money for just needing 7. He's averaging 15 potential assists per game. That's what I love to see. You assume he's going to get 50 to 60% of his potential assists, turn them into assists. And by the way, the 15 potential assists were in the 18 games with Barrett, without Quickly. Two of the four unders that we just talked about were due to less minutes, an injury, blowout. He's averaging a huge 34.3 minutes, but those two of those four unders were with 27 and 23 minutes played, just kind of those outlier games. So he obviously is a guy very high usage, guy who plays with the ball, listed as a power forward, plays point guard. You guys know the drill with Scotty, Mr. Barnes doesn't know. But let's talk matchup. Hawks play at the third fastest pace in the league. You love to see that. Obviously, that means more possessions. And Hawks are a team that in the month of January, they've given up the third most assists overall to their opponents at 29.8. And I just love Scotty's numbers right here. I think he's going to have a big one. What really got me to just finally take the leap, he just had 8 dimes versus the Orlando Magic last game. You know how hard it is to have 8 dimes versus Orlando? You see it on all our sheets every single day. Orlando has given up the fewest assists, the second fewest assists. They are tough, and he still ends up with 8. So he's just a guy whose volume is just ridiculous. He can do this against any matchup possible, but this one happens to be a really good matchup. 15 potential assists means he should get 7 to 8 on just kind of an average night. So we're getting a fast-paced, great matchup. I love this one. If you want to go a unit, I don't blame you. I thought about doing it, but I'm going to play it safe with this one. Go a half unit. So give me Scotty doesn't know over 6.5 assists or 7 plus assists as my second best bet, and that will be the final best bet on the video. If you can't tell, I can barely keep my eyes open. We just did 2 NFL videos also for the championship games, but I'm still not going to leave you with nothing. I'm going to talk some leans. Here we go. I got 3 leans, kind of just some bets to look into. I haven't dove really deep into them. Some of these may be added as best bets, some may not. But just want to give you some more info and kind of talk through some more other than just the 2 bets. First one, Josh Giddey over 13.5 or 14.5 rebounds plus assists. It's not out on every book yet, but there's no Kobe White. He is over this line in 3 of 4 games without Kobe, averaging 17.25 RAs per game in those 4, averaging 33.2 minutes, averaging a total of 25.3 potential RAs. Those are some pretty big numbers. Facing the Warriors, who are pretty much average matchup for Giddey here. Volume's just really high without Kobe, so it's something to think about with Josh Giddey. I know he's someone who is hard to trust, but again, this is rebounds and assists, not points. Second one, Wemby over 26.5 points. This game is at 2 p.m. Eastern. It is in France, like we talked about. I mean, he's probably going to be a very popular bet. He's probably going to get a ton of minutes, going to shoot the ball a ton. He is playing in front of his people. I mean, really, that's the narrative here. Pacers also a good matchup versus the centers. Love to play fast. I haven't dug too deep into this yet, but I will say him scoring 30 plus in a big time game like this wouldn't surprise me. He is a guy who shows up in the spotlight, even though he has been struggling a bit lately. I will say that. So just something to keep in mind. But again, that game starts early. The third one, I like this one. DeAndre Ayton over 12.5 points, scored 14 and 20 last season versus Orlando. Over this line in 20 of 30 games, averaging just under 14 points per game this season. Klingon is out. And he's over this line in 8 of 10 games without him, averaging 15.8 points per game. The Magic are good defensively. We know that, but you know what? Wendell Carter's not that strong defensively, and this current lineup is not that great. Goga Batazzi is a much better defender. He is doubtful again to play. I'm expecting another 30 minutes from Mr. Ayton here, so I like him to eat and get some points down low. So DeAndre Ayton over 12.5 points. Wemby over 26.5 and Josh Giddey over 13.5, 14.5 rebounds plus assists. Again, not my official bets. I have not placed these yet. Just some more bets to look into because I didn't want to just leave you with the 2 best bets. So that's what I got for you today. But before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is, the 2 best bets so far. The Bucks and Nuggets moneyline parlay minus 124 on ESPN bet for 1 unit. And then Scotty doesn't know Barnes, 7 plus dimes, plus 130 on bet 365 for a half unit. If you just fast forward to this page, I also gave out 3 leans, so you can go back and check out just some bets to look into right now. Again, it's super late for me. I'm just exhausted. So I am going to add some plays, and you guys know where they will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. But thank you guys, as always, for watching. I appreciate the support every single day. Be sure to go check out those 2 NFC and AFC championship videos that are going to be coming out throughout the day on Thursday. But that's what we got. Big time in sports this weekend. But thanks for watching again. Hope you have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.